Well, this is a good one. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's always creative content. And continues to go. And never tell where about to leave his home state. Man, his home state. Originally in Hawaii. So you get into a helicopter and a boat. I never will. That's not how I do things. But there were three. I got there first. And not like that. and, well, pretty sure with this music playing, it's nobody would dare try and run. Well, first and foremost, they did want me off my father's property. You may or may not be watching this. The BC patch, like the H/A, they don't get the right to do that. And my dad can just rest peacefully and sleep well because he's the cops that will get you before anything else. Because nobody's coming in here to hurt my mother, and that's what he thinks. So he lived a long time in the truck, and I was always in town defending my mother, and I would never turn my back on my mother. And I didn't lay hands on her. I didn't hit her. No. And, somebody wanted to do that for a reason. Because Chrissy slipped and she said there was marks on my mother around her throat. And Chrissy made that she slipped when she said that when I was living out there in 2011. And I was there for almost a year. But that's in Eric Cooten's rental house. And Eric Cooten's a good man. And she probably doesn't even know either. And he's probably nothing like her much right now. And good, thank Christ, I can go back down there and visit. And it's nice that I'll have to wait till maybe January, February, March, April, March, January, February, March. Me and my dad and my mom could come go visit her. But Chris Lyon is doing damage control for the whole of the BC patch because they're all patch members. And not all of them feel that way. So I'm not. There's that door. And it was open. I got it. And the room and something different. I forgot my briefcase, but running 6 quarters. Yeah. Just amazing. Sneak off the sound. I can feel it. Nobody gets the car. Because guess what? No, I would never think that. I'm just, I got mission. Nobody's mission's like my mission because I have no mission in January this year. Nobody knows. I got somebody with a friend of mine, and just up, I'm upriver, and I'm at a higher elevation from everybody, other than maybe people in Aberdeen. And there's certain people that are, proud of one thing. You can be proud that I'm a proud British Columbian. I ain't leaving for nothing less in my life. And if somebody got I can't get that secretly, I guess you've got to ask New York and the underworld there. Welcome to no, and we're not all in New York here. Not all. If you're in the underworld, expect stricter, and no, not at all. And expect stricter rules, right? Because I have no one personally or seen in my life would ever enter New York, so I'm in Canada. So it's all underworld there. And there's dispute, and I like this. Uh, I like that. And that's my Illuminati. And David, you may have met Lord Rothschild once. Maybe he did. But I got the black beard and the gold hair. And I still hold the Monte Carlo. I can still go visit David Jr. anytime. Because me and him get along just fine. And he was probably thinking there's a dispute going on between Iffy and Cody. Cody triumphs because Triumph's a motorcycle. Indian is still in storage, and that was right. She thought the bikers, like BC Patch, would get in the way of growing that motorcycle. And my mother said not to worry about nothing because Davidson never went out of the province. Why would he do that? The women and me just shaved off 5% of power in the world because of Queen Elizabeth II, and they hold on to that. And I defend the women and children first, and I still defend the Maple Leaf. And the biker gang that is in question here by me, they don't own a fucking thing in this province except the private property they're on, and that's it. And, I don't, I don't intend on doing anything because I'm waiting on disagreement, and I'm not gonna change. And they've been trying to run me out of this problem. It's kind of like Chris, lowercase G, and he's not. Well, and no, I'm not larger than life. I'm just trying to be funny because, well, I'm just gonna, it's like, some men have been thinking the same thing, and some men have been thinking we're proud Canadians. It's like the four horsemen of the apocalypse. It was part of the Bible, I think. I think it was a prophecy or something. I don't know too much about it, but I think the four horsemen of the apocalypse started the apocalypse, and there's four horsemen in the beginning, and there's different four horsemen now. But and then there's well, I was trying to build something, and I can something that could be good as a see. I was a gang leader once prior to 20. Chris, lowercase G. This is better than his other name. And well, and it is because I just thought I was sure I have a short-term memory. And it's like that short-term memory. Well, I thought it would be this with put back. And maybe it was I can't remember. It's someone clever, and it's Chris G. He is clever. He's not clever. He's not stupid. He's smart, but he's only good when he's being told to do. And obviously, he's got someone telling him to do because for 17 years I barely came across him. And my phone's been the one that's been keeping us. And it's nice to have this guy. And well, I'm just going to spend I'm not trying to get into my investment business because I'm good at the stock market I am. And if I ever came into $1 million loan, well, it wouldn't be from British Columbia. It wouldn't because well, trust is something I've always trust is always something that's evaded me because from just lowercase G with pops, yeah, it doesn't affect his old man at all because it's just he sent me text messages in 2010 after he looked away and said he's above the law. He's trying to pretend to be me, and it's just not clever. It's a bad play, and it comes right from up from Rivershore, and he got somebody else's favorite. It's a bad play. I'm not leaving BC. Brought cash. I'm not leaving Broad Cash. I'm not leaving British Columbia either. The BC Patch brought cash patch. And but with the backing of men that haven't spoken before, well, the 500s they rose and declined. They don't talk about me out there. There's nothing in the room out there because they don't have any rooms out there. They're in high rises. New York, Manhattan and stuff. I like those buildings that are not public because you can only go to the whole place for this and that. And they're not on the hot seat because Cliff Dawson hasn't actually called anybody about that, and they're trying to get me out of the box again. And Ron Boucher already tried this, and I got money to play around too, and I wouldn't dare do it against somebody else before Rivershore because he's been watching too much of this, and he's not thinking right because he's 80 plus club, and we two men could get along really well, and we could. And maybe he's found this one, maybe he hasn't. And it says 0 for me and 1 for everybody else. So that holds the responsibility, and uh, and I thought of a joke when I was here before I got put in 4-6, and I was put in there by my mother. She did it for her own reasons, and I don't think I was there, but I was there for 3 weeks, and there was for me, I was experiencing this riding high on the fact that I wasn't really getting up high out here. But I had somebody to fool that was bad, and I was somebody, and Ku Klux Klan. And I don't like those mothers. And that would help too with Valdic, because Valdic, he's pro that. And African, I like that. And then PCH/A Valdic with the Ku Klux Klan. I don't fucking like them. But when I started before 6, that's how they had they gave me the last one man did. That's how bad they wanted me on their ranks. And I got him good with something. I'm turning him into a complete mute. He just stares at a wall and he can't even move. And that's how bad I got him. And I think they call him the Grandmaster or something. That one's done. And he can't even move. And well, that's his problem. And that's what I was working on before. I went to 4-6 and the next day for me. Because I read some poetry there, and I can't remember that poetry meant. It's stories. I can't play my stories well right now. I can't. Somebody in Sadie Plus Club's got lots of money. And my battle's been against census. I read a book at South Carolina Secondary and BC Labs. Well, they're dug in, and good for them. I'm dug in too, like a tick. And don't look at it, because I'm not affecting anybody in governance, because I'm going to do that, and that's me. And there's no way to get me to leave, because my dad don't want me to leave. And I talk well, and he got to change your heart. And he might watch this. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Anybody watches my internet traffic, because it's off Telus router that's in his name, not my mother's. And my mother's not. She's not. She's not responsible for what happened in 2011. Well, and that's just issue. And I'm not the witch king, because I'm not. The women have just been brutalized in this country, brutalized. And they still are brutalized, and they're coming out of it. They're snapping out of it. I'm not a kangaroo. I'm not a prospect. I'm not a Hells Angel ever would I be one. It's not a good idea to be one. And I said I wouldn't say that again. In the Bible, there's no place for two weak people. They don't mean in the Bible. I think of the record too. I think of the pinup. And those were the real ones, didn't. And that's when he created them. And he created them. And for some reason, so I know which one. Uh, if he did, without a doubt, it's even the nerve to try to run me out of this province. I was born here. Just because someone else was born somewhere else, my mother was born here too. And it's her bloodline, which I'm the son of her. I came from her. And we have a unique and rare bloodline. And it's because I figured that stuff out, me. And I'm not yelling at anybody in the government ever. I'm yelling at somebody down the river and up in lower elevation. And that's all it is. It's not disrespect. It's my mother's bloodline. You guys have known it for a long time. I'm the fighter side of it. And I ain't leaving for nothing less than a bullet. So that's the bottom line. That doesn't change. And it's nice to, well, I'm still on my own, and some people don't mind me talking, and that's the reason I feel the okay. I don't know if I'm back to get myself, and I was moved. That's my own, man. I don't blame him for it. He got out of trouble. And that's why be a big city gangster. Everybody in down in the big city for all their own reasons. Corey. When I was 20, and my 20 last legal. So, and I wasn't there to the once. So I was good. Leaving the province. And, so, trying to piggyback on the hard work I did. I'll be on a wavelength. And, maybe they always have. Maybe they have visibility. But that's only for past members. It's not for fucking regular people. And Jesus Christ. You guys are trying to run me. I put 21 years of hard work in. And they're trying to run me out of the province now. I'm up elevation and I'm upriver. If we two have always been in line with each other because he lives right down the road and I knew that the whole time. Or if you weren't, you came out and we talked to you. Maybe that's the first time he came in. Or maybe he lent him money to get him going. And maybe that's where he got his money from. That doesn't mean that wouldn't lend me money if that's all it takes to be rich. That's okay. So he says, you know, his problems. Maybe said, oh, that idea. Go ahead. That's what I meant. And, of course, Christmas linked it. And then spit it out, lick it, hit it hard, or did anything. I did. And, like, Chris would see either. And Chris would nothing. That's what we have today. Why didn't you need to buy any? That's okay. And, I got a chair now. I'm nice. I'm fancy. Can we get to the meat and potatoes of this? Because one man is not watching, and two men are watching. There's not a father and son competition. It never was. So when I work in somebody's business and I work well, I function well everywhere because I function well, and so somebody's already made his fortune, and I wouldn't think of it, but maybe that's where an idea came from to make a move out east, and well, he's wouldn't be the one reason why he made a move out east. He can move out east. He doesn't know what I'm talking about because he's not well informed. So that's good. Well, he's thinking that I don't know what he's talking about. Well, nobody squares up to men out east. And North Orthodox is a fortnight parallel because Six Families is a book. I'm finding out about right now. Because that family, relatives, and all that is he did things differently. He didn't do the things that biker gangs do. And the biker gangs in question. Because I just don't like it. And I say in question because, well, British Columbia is the top rocker and the bottom rocker is British. Hells Angels is the other way around. I can't remember because I read that book when I was 13. And, he can't run me out of the province because just because he's born here, why don't you go to Oakland and get your pass. Because you cut Ralph Parker out in the 80s. And they're trying to run me out of the province. And you couldn't run my Uncle Johnny out of the province. He left on his own accord. And you beat the fuck out of most of the guys around here that are your second in commands. And maybe more powerful than I thought. But he doesn't know what happened out east. Six hours. And there's somebody want to jab a piece of some Abilify in their arm and smoke some methamphetamine because Christus Winker is designed so people don't do so much of the crap. And I'm not yelling at anybody in government. And maybe he didn't do anything at least. Maybe he did. That's not what I'm talking about. But Google Staten Island. And he remember that. And it wasn't him. Well, they came from Vancouver then. And that's just got took away because I don't know which one it is, but I have to get that book. I could borrow that one. Because chapters is gone, they wouldn't give it to me. It's good, but I've always been that way. I think that's good. Just because I don't have any. Just because one man's got money and he wants to know my stock portfolio. If I was to leave the province, I'd still have the stock portfolio. Because in Alberta, they'd love to have me, I'm sure. Because I know how to make money. I'm an earner myself. And somebody always knew I was an earner because I've been 21 years. And I'm only pro one chapter. Or one place. I was at T-Bars at the bar. And there's 1, 2, a photograph now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 5 of those men in there, and one of them was when I was interviewed. And I still defend that one chapter, and that's the Surrey chapter. But they all say British Columbia, but the thing, the Washington probably doesn't want to get rid of them all. But I can't speak for them because they do represent America. And those are 5 good men. But will they stick up for me right now? Probably not. Because somebody, I found that I found out that he's, well, he doesn't care what people think. Because, well, he didn't do what is the big issue. So, running me off out of the focus on my own, on the wavelengths that I develop, just because everyone's doing it now, because I said it online, and you know that. You're not running me out of the province. Why don't you fucking leave the province? Hey? Have anybody asked you that? 'Cause I got enough gumption behind me to do it. You know what you're trying to do. And I pulled this quick one tonight off the thing because I know how to trip out the one microphone in there. And the spies. Well, what can I say about the Grizzly vets? They're all retired. And why would I ask? Because it's not something that pertains to him. Because it's needed right now in British Columbia, especially because there's a biker trying to run me out of the province. And he obviously didn't respect Ralph Barger at all. Some men didn't, but he didn't do things like that, man. So he had his power in this province too. This man is just going. He's getting greedy with his power because he didn't write that picture, and I did. And, remember that, because you only have so many years left to live because you're in your 80s. You might want to remember that. Right, that this is for fucking minimum wage. And you wouldn't work for that. You remember when you got your start, though, didn't you? My great grandpa Hayden had the name in this province way long ago. You don't like the Haydens. Well, that's your problem. You like pretending my mother was nice to you. You were kind to her, or you just using her for her work. And she doesn't work there anymore because Rohan was an idiot and ran her out of there with the help of Brian. We figured that out, but you and Brian, you guys had a secret meeting, did you? And Brian, bye, he'd go, bye, and nobody would do that to Brian. He can't even think of being murdered. And I wouldn't do that. So I don't murder people. I'm going to do it differently. I'm a neutral mafia. What happens in the mind doesn't always happen. So what's everyone get? I wouldn't think of doing that today because he's always been nice to me. So it's just watching too much this. Well, I don't know that joke. When I was in here before then, I left a beer in the car. And I couldn't find it, and it froze. And I brought it in here and put it in the freezer. And I just wasn't thinking. This is the one night I went to doing beer runs to Falkland, and I really did go to Falkland. It's not closer, but they have a nice stop there. It's the last time I drank Pabst, and I can't drink the stuff for life, man. I have maybe a couple of beers. I don't like to drink that. I like to drink that stuff. Super. And so the beer was frozen. I came in and put it in the freezer. That's why I left. I like to say, what's the joke? We drink frozen beer. Don't used to drink maple syrup. And nobody's making Cubans. And it's just a joke. I mean, it's not a great joke, but it's just a joke. And I'm not making fun of anybody. But as Canadians, we're proud Canadians. We take on a certain look. And there's other proud Canadians too. And well, I'm not being ran out of the province for nothing. And I don't know anything about the spies. I haven't met any person. If I ever spied on one, he's probably a good guy. And it's got nothing to do with any goddamn committee. And they're not all bad, those committees, but I don't know any person. Vedic, Alinsky, they're taking his side over mine. What a fucking sad day. And good. Well, he ran packs back and forth, and you guys think you're running the other province. They're not. Because they're both sleepers. They don't have a government. And that would be unfucking believable to do that. Because somebody got voted against. And I understand that David is not to blame. And Cliff does not outvote David. No fucking way. And they made the worst mistake of their lives because you guys are all green lit. And of course, Cliff is. Because he wanted my grandfather dead. He just didn't plan it. And he thought that was a bad decision. But I guess, somebody's got an ally on me because I never wanted you to leave the province. You don't have to worry about it because you guys had your own reasons to cut out Ralph Barger and well, never, because I have nothing against him, but I'm not coming after his money or his family, so Jesus Christ. And somebody's done their intel and they know who could be in town, or who's probably back in Ottawa, I don't know any news. He's a good cat. And I don't know what. I threw out my briefcase, I think, but it was right there. So that's maybe not clever. And I just have the short-term memory issue, and I just can't remember. But it cost me. That's a nice briefcase. He's still in Canada. Wow. I'm writing a book. I'm in a different RV. Because, some people forgot about the trick. I've wore this coat before, and they check out how quickly it can be sliced in and out, because it can be done. And Brent McGee figures it can't be. Brent McGee is watching my parents' cameras. He's the one that cracked the code, or Chris behind the war just gave him the code, because me and my dad know one thing: somebody's watching the cameras and he wants to step out of safe. Well, she won't be hurt because she's doing damage control for him, and she's no good at it because she thinks she's successful. She never was. Guess what? Brett was poisoned by her. He wasn't doing anything to hurt the family. He was 21 years old. And the family, I mean, there is no family. It's just me. Big family business. The rest of them are relatives. This guy has a different last name. And it's not Kavanaugh. That was his mother's last name. But you can understand the issues at hand. He's not suited to deal with them because, well, I'm not leaving. So, and it doesn't matter what my dad says. Because he's not what's going to do, call the cops and make something up. Because he has more principle with them. They're protecting him against men like Pat Haynes, against men like Clifford, who kill his whole family like fuck all. It's just me. They've been trying to kill me, scam me. They know they can't kill me. They've been warned by high. So I guess they've been warned by somebody in high level of government not to fuck with me. But they just get the message. I didn't need to buy anything from them. I covered up that briefcase on purpose. Because I just missed on the floor the other day. Or somebody was in here and found it and put it on the floor. Maybe somebody's been in. Or somebody was. I don't know. Shiny Tortoise watching my parents' property like she's got the PC now. She always has. How many fucking spirals you guys got built? Because you guys built them around me. So David is not being overruled. And he simply doesn't have to listen to anybody. Because Cliff made an order and I'm fitting somebody else here. Cliff has got no fucking say over David Jr. or Senior. And that's the bottom line. Because I stick up for those who are good to me. And I still intend to go get my mother's job for her back because Rohan was rude, but he's still a decent manager. He's got a nice does his job well. He's a Canadian now because he may be from India, but he's Canadian. He's been here long enough, and he's a Canadian, and he just has Indian heritage, or he's an Indian with Canadian heritage. One of the two, but he's a Canadian, and he's not part of a gang, and he shouldn't take anything from Bye Bye because Bye Bye is he never went into the office anyways. he had 3 listings up. I mean, for example, if I own my own real estate corporation, I'd have about 50 real estate listings. And I do it all by phone call. That's why he has employees, and he's not the only one that has employees. And I know from a picture, he's a much better owner than Brian. That's not my business, but it's divide and conquer. And bye-bye. You go, bye-bye. You can leave the fucking province. And how was that? What's that for me? If I was backed by the men you guys don't want to talk about because you guys made a move out there, and David Senior wouldn't do that. I know that for a fact. He's a man that's smarter than that, and he didn't. He didn't. There's no way. And or did you? He did. Someone else did out of Vancouver. And, that's that would be a no-no. And everybody would know that. And it's a secret. Somebody's keeping a secret. We'll find out who. And but one biker is not another biker. So nobody's busting on my dad. Nobody's busting on my old employer. I worked in 3 kitchens. I don't know anybody's metal man. So, well, back to square one. Because something I gotta know. One thing. If I get that $10 million, I won't even notice. And I didn't, so. It'd be a loan. And I'd have to pay it back. And it'd be lots. And but some men have different you know, perspectives, and some men haven't paid their dues, and one man that hasn't paid his dues is not allowed. Like I was there, Jamie Russell, and I don't mean to say his name, but we shook hands once. I know he's wanting to come at me now, and I wouldn't, because I know what if I did. And I seen him only once, and we shook hands, and he wants to be somebody, and he's going to take Jamie Buckhouse, his property, and Jason Harris too, and they're giving him shit with poison in there, and they just one Nazi knows that probably giving him proper product, but he's a guy that is in Vancouver that thinks the canvas is his. Someone in jail that's actually represents the independent soldiers as well, and he's not happy with Jamie, and I just know that from his actions, and Jamie Russell's thinking he's gonna make a call. He doesn't have the nerves to do anything about it. Hey Mark, you're good. We shook hands once. I mean something. And he just thinks that something when I can do with a can do attitude, that's real. And you guys should know that. And I'm not saying that anybody in government. So. And I'm in the middle of things. Barely organized. But like organized. And the same doctor. I'll talk to the doctor. No papers. Push it around. I don't know, push anybody in it. Years of age is key because when they don't know, I can't say anything. Literally. Well, that's I was after question. Well, I have cameras have about 13, 12 or 13, and there's 2 up the South Thompson. And there's one close to the other side of it, and I couldn't arrive because Mr. Hill and Mr. Donaldson died when that shit happened last year. They didn't do a fucking thing about it. So, and I wrote to it because I know this one girl was playing spy tactics on me, and I said, "Get up, let's go." And they weren't able to break my will then. They did things like pretend to get raped in there, or they raped Chris, he actually raped Montana, and he did. She let him in the door, and I went to my Facebook list, and he enjoyed every minute of it because he raped her. Though I could tell he did something wrong. I just was there with her. She's a tough woman, and then Valak had to pick her up downtown. Valak was pretending to be a Hells Angel. You guys are going his way, and he's not even He's not even Hells Angels. He would have put somebody who gave him the colors in Vancouver. And Vancouver is not all Hells Angels. It's not. It's what I've been doing with telecommunication towers. I nailed it. And, well, I had to shave because the blackberry's coming out of me. And here's a ruthless player. Nobody ever got a proper picture of him because they didn't have cameras yet. And I know it on my memory, but I think everyone else as well. And more I have. But they're not running out of the province unless they come and shoot me. And the soldiers don't have any votes. Marty and somebody in jail, they would know for a fact I stood up for him. Mike, jail now. And, Mike's alright. He's in jail, but and he's Chris just needs to do the right thing, and he started to call crime covers with some plausible anything, and because I can't prove it, Chris. Well, kill a name over one thing. There'll be revolt for against bikers. Nobody ran out of this fucking country. I can almost guarantee it. And in Alberta, well, they don't want that. And Albertans, well, they probably don't mind the idea of me being on my own because to them, I've always been on my own. And so, I mean, BC is a big place, and I can't talk ill about anywhere else because I've only ever done crime in cameras, and it's my reputation is passed through, and the biker club's probably fractured, splintered at best, and some men would prefer me to lead, and I can't lead them because I'm something else now, and they can look up to me or they can look me in the eye. That's about all I can do because I took it for a spin. I decided when I was in my Monte Carlo this past year, sitting where I was arrested once or detained once. It was just for, I think I got caught on me as a kid. I was like 13, 14. Before I was driving, I had a pedal bike. I was at Calvin called me in because there was a cop there waiting for me. And I just happened to be there. Calvin got me in trouble. That was probably the third time. Maybe didn't. I don't know what this cop picked me up. He could cut me back because I was just a kid. He caught me gateway drugs. And young people should never do drugs before 18, 20. Should never do them at all because they're not good for the brain. And the cerebral cortex is not good. And I don't know. It came to mind. I don't know much about it, but I know there's something in there that looks like an almond. And he's like, I don't know what part it is, but it does look like an almond. I can't remember the name of it because my mother gave me that book, and I can only remember that from the book. I'm more of an organized kind of historian at best. And well, there's no point. Because it's not, the people basically don't want me to leave the province. And people, and there's all the rest of it that I don't understand. And I'm not leaving the province, so I'm not. I'm just going to put this on so we get perspective. It's a dollar trip out. And piggybacking on something called, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know, because I keep looking at it and I was like, but I wonder why I opened up before you get we're going downhill that Page Road, and there's only, like I said, that Page Road. There's only, and I miss Cody. He's a good man. And I don't know what he got himself into in the end. I've seen that cool once. It was, not turning down. But, that bright light there, it's not the sun, but the sun's much bigger than Earth. But if that went out, well, we'd all be screwed. So we're good. The lights are going out, and I'm doing only big crap out there. And I tend to like it. This music's just satisfying. It's nice. I don't. The biker gang and me don't get along, but we've found a way to see. What's the only thing that's different here is that they haven't been able to poison me, and they haven't been able to put me in jail, and now they want me out of the province again. Because Ron, I guess, is doubling down. Is he doubling down, Ron? Ron, are you? Rambo. Oh, not Rambo. So that's Recon Ron, and he's getting cold feet. He hasn't been caught for anything yet, but and well, and that's just the thing. And he hasn't been caught for anything yet, and then that's not my fault. And it's nobody else's fault because this is the land of. I read a book once, and I read it at 13, and they're at war. They infight. And that's what they do. They're too scared to infight here amongst each other. So they have a meeting and they cornered a man and not at his own place, but he was my only vote, and he didn't have to say it because well he's got influence with me personally, and somebody made a move in New York out of Vancouver, and like Pat Haynes doesn't know who it is. Of course he knows who it is, and they just didn't want to kill me, and they thought I was tied in somehow, so they didn't kill me. So they made a move out there, and they probably forced the man to do it, or they paid him real well, and he's always safe, and he's I read it about mental health issues, and I didn't know what to think at first. I didn't ever think it came from. It took me years to figure out where it came from, and well there's no way for me to keep in touch with him, and I didn't find his sister because I didn't, and I only gave so many people this. This is best friend, and I only gave so many people this, and others have found it naturally through different means, and well, I know the computer's hacked because Chris, lowercase g, he he hacked it. He put a USB stick in there when I went to see somebody for the last time, and I'll probably never see her again because I was enjoying going over there. And well, she's just a friend, and friend. I was trying to. She saw something, or someone told her that I was trying to help her out with her art, and well, she's just playing hard to get, and nobody knows who that is, and it's not. Nope, and and not having it. And she knows that. I'm good, and she just cares because he grew up down the way, and I'm not a man that'll ever be a well. I'm a source for a reporter, but I don't have anybody reporting on me, and I'm a good I'm a good person for and for somebody. There's two people here once, and it was because of somebody, and he's a retired man down there, and he's moved to a small community because I'm not speaking for him, but because he wanted to get away from the big city is my interpretation. And I don't know that for a fact, and I've never sat down with anybody from any form of uh, law and order because I haven't, and well, and because I used to landscape with Eric Coonan, and well, I'm me, and I'm not I'm not I'm not leaving BC, and and I'm not surrendering uh, uh, an ally to the BC bikers because it's just they've been watching this so much, and I've been watching this so much. And everybody has their own estimation. Well, I'm not watching it; I'm making it, and I'm just happy. I'm like happy. Like sometimes my mood changes because well, I got what I want finally, and it's if I get wealthy, it'll be from a loan, and or I'll take it from the drug dealers because they don't want that. I don't think I ever beat up a drug dealer. No, I didn't. I never beat up a drug dealer. And one thing after this American job, and it was well, it wasn't a job. It was something I was done with, an unloaded firearm. It wasn't loaded, and it was and somebody told nobody, and another person just told the story because they wanted to tell the story, and always I made it around the world, and it did because I was real famous before I ever started doing content creation because of this picture. Well, I was famous with the politicians, and I'm not proud of doing that, but I had to make a political statement because I was robbed at gunpoint, not and I don't even like think about it because I think about what I wanted to do. But I didn't feel fear, and he asked me for my keys, and told him to go fuck himself. And those keys to Monte Carlo, and I was at gunpoint, and that's in the underworld, and He would have probably shot me if it went for the gun because it was right to my head. And well, I already went through the trials, tribulations of being in the powder business, and I cut my teeth with the with the top down in mine, and they don't own the underworld trade in Kamloops at all. They have stiff competition in town from a man that men that could get their keys elsewhere, and they could be out of Vancouver, they could get it elsewhere, and Cliff wouldn't want that, but well, Cliff, you're not running me out of town because it's not David running me out of town, it's Cliff. I know that, and he's been wanting me dead for 21 years. I'm not surrendering. I'm not surrendering an ally to him because he'll just do something. Because he'll do something to make it known. There's a car window broke at Summers, and I let somebody know or let somebody know it wasn't me, but they broke it to probably warn me because it was broken while I was inside. I don't think it was broken when I got there, but they tried to warn me about something because the window break. And my, on the demographics now, I'm well known as I got a lot of aliases, but you can't see me as my favorite Tupac song. And well, it's already 5 in the morning, and I had to put some rap music because some people don't like it. Some people they're used to the content creation and they've been staying up a long night again, and nobody's doing anything to David. And David has got nothing to worry about, I earned the money legitimately in his respective business, but I earned it legitimately. I worked in 3 kitchens and I got legal paychecks from all of them. So my my portfolio is greater than, less than 500 million. Well, it matters because I'm not leaving the province, and I'm not I'm not I'm not leaving the province. And this one's for Rand. Chase is not one of those. Watch out, because international ally really not. And mm, all guys, 80 talks about being village. None of them wanted to dead for his problem. None of them wanted dead with Mr. Lipstick. And that was great. They don't like that. This was for Rand. Once the food on and gave them the money. He was doing the secret. One man did it. One second. They considered he didn't want it. And that's proof of nothing. Nobody was nothing. I'm messing with one that's in the room. And but now it's a small community. Uh, some people catch some of my content. Don't. I want to do too. And what because it's only connected to stuff. It's a tip of never had I never had anything bad to say about me, but I know Steve would. Well, that's obviously it must be BP H-A. There's both legs. I can't wait for BC are good. They have to watch that. slave. You know, it just starts from a, just starts from who live like that. Is that the Canadian was formed because of an overabundance of something from a certain, like a from a. I don't use that word because I've seen a continent at a truck stop, and he was in Wisconsin. He was really sad about it, and that's where I got it from. Yeah, that's not a good saying, but that's I did that. I figured out our last name, and and I just that's why I figured it out. And I use that word because it's a good word, and that's all. And there's and then it's fun because some people kind of push me out, and my relatives are not getting pushed around, and just because one of them found their way into aspiring, and she has no safety to the woman. And Pat Haynes likes to talk tough in front of people. And Pat Haynes, why don't you try and Pat Haynes? Hey Pat Haynes, why don't you call me 778-694-8893? Go ahead, Pat. Give me a call. Because you guys heard, well, maybe somebody heard a little too much about how powerful he was. Because he's just a Toby for Hell's Angels somewhere. And I don't like that name, but JR, Jamie Russell, maybe he doesn't like any kind of PR. Because he's not going to speak out of line, is he? He got a number too. And everyone's got the number. And I know him personally. And we never had a problem. I functioned well when I worked for him, but I don't work for him now. And that's the difference. And money lending is a serious thing. If that's all it takes to get rich, well, I mean, it's that simple. And some men don't have anything to worry about because I hold on to what sliver of power I got from Queen Elizabeth II by just writing that picture. And I sensed her in my life, and she didn't. I think she got through to me once, and she just wanted me to go to bed in 2022 because she got through to me through something that I just dragged my feet and I went to sleep because I knew she wanted me to go to sleep because she didn't want me to die of a cocaine overdose. And I was doing a lot of cocaine back then, and I don't know how she did it, but nobody ever got through to me on no goddamn telekinetic. I was on my own for a long time in my own world, and maybe people have done it since the beginning of time or since Pavlik taught him taught him in the 90s, and wow, Jesus, man, get out of here. Go. I'm saying this. Outside. When outside, they get along just fine. Somebody's not go back there. He wants to defend. That's my cats and those are the rules around here. And when I'm in the B Street, well, I haven't paid rent yet because I can't afford to. Because, well, it's the reason why. Because I'm getting disability more than likely. And I just gotta go down to Main Street, find out. And things don't always make sense. And well, this is technically and well, just to go from the dollar store, and it's an interesting theory. But if that was the sun, that'd be a long ways away. If the sun's made by that small in the sky, and if it was that far away, we wouldn't exist. And well, we wouldn't. We were in a perfect spot. Saw this on a documentary, and we're in a perfect spot for life to to um, um, to work on this planet because we have H2O water, and without it we're screwed, and that's a lot of water, and nobody's allowed to start pumping up the deep water because it's still got salt content, and the pumps would be ridiculous, and it's gravity we fight. And I've been fighting gravity lately, and I don't need to be fighting either one of the Davids because we're not fighting each other, and it puts us in better positioning as far as friends of each other's respected names, as far as maiden name and surname. Because when I say my name, it just means I can do what can do attitude, and well, he's now he's gonna lay down, and he shouldn't be on the table. I raised him this way, and well, he looks bigger than he should. But it's just the animals were here first, and they were. I think they were. And, well, That's just what I think. And I've been talking a lot on here, and I'm sound logically. And if anybody had some Abilify and did some methamphetamine, there would be no issue there because I'm sound logically. And if somebody wanted to call Pat Haynes and tell him right off, he could, and he could. And instead of calling for a hit, because I chiseled off 5% of the world's power for the women. I get a sliver, and two women get a slice. And organized crime isn't for the women at all. So it's and I'm not leaving the province. If someone wants to call for it, well, that's okay. Because I don't think anyone in New York wants that. And someone would have great power already without me a functioning, human being. I'm a functioning human being. And Crystal Ann Grimm should be fired because she's not very smart. And me and my brother Brett knew that before we left. Me and my dad and mom left to Richmond. And then after this, nobody gets a sword. And so there you go. And I gave one through my mind. Well, I never said it. And well, he's worried down there. He's worried down there. No one has anything to worry about up here because it's just, well, I don't know. And I don't know nothing. And I don't know nothing. I wouldn't dare. And it's simple. Right? I don't know nothing, and I don't know nothing, and I don't know nothing. And because I don't know. And when it's the 80 plus club years of age, I don't have anything to worry about because and, well, it doesn't affect anything. I just didn't know. And nobody, and nobody's running. Nobody has to find on the other province because it's British Columbia. It's part of Canada. It's not Los Angeles property. It never was. And it just never was. And it's just not okay for anybody to think that Canada was going to be, you know, uh, a superpower because it's not a superpower. It isn't. We don't have the population base, and we never will. Well, we may in 150 years, 200 years, but we something Sam Thomas told me, and well, he did teach me, and that we're going at a pace that we want, and we walked around my car's island, and I'm not getting cold feet at all. And Sam Thomas is a good man, and he's in Blue River as far as I know, and he's just got the tattoo on his arms, and I'm not getting cold feet to what I want in life, and that's well. The Hells Angels have lost the province and the territory. They have to earn it back from me. They even have the right to be there. And they don't have the right now. I already made a deal well, with the I capital I. Not the internet, and they gotta earn it back from me. They're not running out of the province. And 19 years and 20 years I'll have to back up and never reinforcing because they would have heard it on a smartphone with a local mic. And I caught them doing that to me in grade 8. So, and wasn't a Hunter teacher. And he's a smart man and much better at laboratory stuff than me. And he's not a Hells Angel. And he would have known a poem I wrote, and it was written very well. And that was for, it's for the men back east because it was written in perspective of what he may have been facing. And well, that's just a poem I hold dear. And well, so much so a laptop. And I forgot it somewhere. So I don't know. I can't be totally sure. But and I won't. I'm not, and I'm not doing anything wrong because I'm not. I haven't done anything wrong, and I don't. Well, I got something on my system. I was young because I had an internet connection early. That who the last name was. No one told me the last name of it. But I didn't say it. And maybe Mr. Lipstick did like this. Well, Mr. Napa he's a Californian man. And, well, that's, and it is literally an American problem. So, or it's not. Somebody that can, maybe somebody that can get away with something, but I don't know. You'd have to ask himself how he wants to be treated. Because this is all started by Cliff. And Cliff is in charge of Chris. And Ron probably isn't all the time, but Ron does the one half of the day and Cliff does the other half of the day. Because they're busy with other things. And Ron's just done, he's been shunned by the other people around him, maybe. And in a place where each man is needed because, well, you guys have a chapter. And, where's Ron? He's not living up to speed because there's a house up there with eyelashes on it. And I didn't go in there. I had to run back through there to that bigger. And, maybe it was 3 times before, but not much. And, I thought when I was still living there, I was supposed to go. I had a break of it. And these eyelashes on them did some sort of security detail. Because, well, I don't know. I'll have to take a picture of it on my camera because it's here in the morning. I don't know. I didn't grow up on that probably was there as a kid, but in the corner of Ron knows anything about that. And supplementing certain men not happy and Chris is gonna cut out that goddamn behavior, but that doesn't mean I don't have another hostage because I have a hunch. And I'm not a policeman and I'm allowed to have a hunch. And well I know one person they wouldn't have any goddamn thing on and just it's like cat's breathing. And there's a man that I once joked to myself that all you'd have to do is live in Kansas and hang on to my gun, and the only law would be if I called him, he'd have to shoot himself with it, because everybody would fear that man. And it's a funny, he's probably moving back to Saskatchewan where his his respective wife is, and that would be a hell of a rule because I wouldn't ask for that from anybody. I joked about this because I was with the mic on or off, but I was. It depends on the phone and who's got their hands on the damn thing. One or two or three microphones in the phone. Nowadays, who knows? Or if they can record with the microphone on there. That's a clever play. Well, I don't know. But nothing's changed because it doesn't matter what happened tonight with the microphone either. I recorded top secret information with my girlfriend, friendless girl. I'm sure I had this conversation with somebody before. And I can't remember who. I wasn't with those ladies in Cornell because, well, I was only in that damn bathroom, and I didn't. There was no funny business, and well, I was made sad overnight. No, it wasn't overnight. It was for a few hours, but I got kicked out of the. I can't remember why, and I don't know what it was. They probably just caught me for being in the bathroom. They weren't sure. The teachers got me, and well, I didn't even do nothing. It was after school waiting on the bus. That bus ride was horrible. That was a horrible bus ride, and that was one of the reasons I didn't like living up there. But my dad did the right thing because he got me out of trouble. So I got as much trouble as I could get into as a youth. And, well, now Cliff wants his plan to go ahead. What's a fucking bullshit plan, period. It is. And Cliff, you can come tell me yourself. How about that, Cliff? Before you have a meeting, closed door meeting with men that you have, you have conditioned a certain way. And one man is not conditioned their way at all. I know him personally, and we never had a problem working with each other. And Cliff, you're the problem in this province. You're the one that made a move out east, and it wouldn't have been a man that I knew. He wouldn't do something like that. He's 80 bucks club, and just because it was 5 years ago doesn't mean he would have been in his late 70s. Doesn't mean he would do something like that. He came from Vancouver, and Cliff knows exactly who did it. And Cliff is a man who knows somebody out of New York, and Cliff hasn't relayed the message as to who it could be. And you ever think, he's going senile? Is he going stupid too? Jesus Christ. And Cliff isn't sure. Maybe he's going senile completely. And he might be. He might be going senile completely. Because it was, I saw him once. He would ask me if I was okay, but he didn't know it was me. And then he sped up as I turned left and turned around. I heard him, so I put the window down. I looked at him. I should have ran him over. He's still trying to have me run out of the province, and he thinks that, well, what if they were listening back east to Cliff, north and south of before I try it all? And you know something about something in Vancouver, and you're not breaking your format formation because you never flew on a plane, and you're never in World War II. So, and maybe there's only one plane that had that. I don't know, because the two words never meet in the dictionary. And maybe, so in the early days, I believe Ralph did start the Huggins for the right reason. And I believe that he did. And but they went. He found methamphetamine cooking, and not long after, and it created a torment of issues across the continental USA and Canada and Mexico, and it's not no good thing about drug use. And most of these crime rings have rules, and I can work long hours, and I usually don't smoke much of the stuff around people. I smoke lots around people, but I don't smoke it much at all any of it at home because I'm a tricky content creator. And I don't smoke it, you vaporize it, and that's how you do it. And I barely get half the stuff, so I got to vilify my system. So somebody else that's I'm not a hangaround. I never will be. And nobody's hanging around with me because not any kind of a I'm not any kind of a Simba. And Jesus. And well, he's a cat, so he's happy. And well, Simba's a nice name for a cat. For that. Well, and he's my cat. He's in my name, and because he is, he's chipped to me. And well, Brennan's not saying that, but he tries to. They got a play going on these two, and Simba's all upset there that I don't hang on with them. But they're my cats, and one's adopted, and this one won't. This is born to me down there, and well, they're my buddies. And other things are just strictly work, and it's just and well, we get along, and it's just strictly work, and that's most important. And I understand things that others don't, and nobody knows anything because one man I didn't know, and another man did not, and somebody let a rumor out, and that's all it is, and and small town politics, and it doesn't always work. It's not as simple as it is. And we've got to remember, I'm 35, and I have a magical way of making older gentlemen feel like they're, you know, young, and some men are healthy and well, and I don't steal nothing. A slice of cake maybe once, and I was in the kitchen, uh, and cheesecake, and done shift, and that's the only one. And restaurant business, that's not stealing. That's just well, it's slow, and that's understandable. It should be, and it's such a minor issue, and I'm just not happy about it because well, it's not, but never more than 1 million, and this isn't me curtailing out of something. I am already, and it's been known to be. I'm on my own, and that's the bottom line. Because I'm not leaving the province for nothing. I'm not leaving a bullet. And well, they've been trying to scare me off or something. It's not happening. So you guys don't want it. Well, you guys don't understand why it's needed because you guys don't want to infight because Cliff is scared. It scares all you guys because Cliff is a full-blood boxer. He was supposed to remind you. He was supposed to be at the Denny's and North Shore. And he didn't want to bring that up. He was supposed to be there. Or that was Mr. Koch's brother that had a stroke. And he had somebody else. Like nothing. Because he deserves it. And wouldn't even hesitate. And I would never. And so that's well, I mean, he's trying to kill me or run me out of the province. Well, it doesn't matter which one. He knows one thing. He could be at a sit down at Denny's and 6:30 this morning. He could be there. Or maybe he wants to call you one night when I went to visit. Somebody called and nobody answered. And he was pretending to be asleep and he's just waiting for me to be killed before he gets in touch with his connection and out east. Because it's not a political issue. I remember from the movies, like I don't know which one it is, but there's not a red phone, green phone, white phone, blue phone, yellow phone. This is when phones were recorded, and maybe maybe in politics they still have these phones, but that's politics. This is an underworld issue, and I didn't, but he's trying to kill me, and then well, he would already do that. And I'm not gonna allow him to what he wants to do because he's mad again. And he's not getting his way, and I'm not leaving the province for nothing. Remember, I hold the content station. I'm not. You guys know how much money I have because you guys got a mathematician probably doing the math, and you guys are trying to run me out of the province with enough gas to. And it's not one man. It's not. And it's their form of committee. And Valdic was there. And Valdic always spoke. He must have spoke brilliantly. And all he's losing is his what? His Toby. I was never a Toby of his in my life. Never. And Valdic I gotta remind somebody when I was working and doing dishes, and I just wanted to ever be a dishwasher, and because that's when I wanted it. Because that's when I was married, and it's something to do as a job away from a job, and it's already had, and it's not simple like that. It's just, but he could when I was on the phone with him on that property, and he said, "Don't let them make a nigger out of you," and that's what he said about. And I said nothing to him because he was running up to Kitimat there and back, and he didn't take a break driving. That's like 20 some hours of driving. Why is he in such a rush all the time? He's a goddamn sleeper spy, and he hasn't made the trip back east yet because he doesn't know what's gonna happen when he gets to Toronto. And, well, your daughter's gonna be fine because why would she be? Unless you've done something you think she wouldn't be in. We're not thinking anything like that, and it would never happen, brother. And you just think you're gonna be a closet rapist your whole. And I guarantee that because his mother would be concerned, but she's never met her. I mean, she has, and she went to visit, and that's awesome. Adam still hasn't gone. His two kids probably haven't met their grandmother, and he's got the money and the time to do it. And he's waiting until I'm dead first. And Adam, you're relying on, and it's just that he's relying on something. He probably daycare or something, and I just know because Roddick like bragging about it. And again, he's a bragger, and he's the problem. He's the problem in BC, big time. And he sits in the southern BC and southern BC biker war. Well, they don't want to have it. Well, I'm not leaving, and well, then they shouldn't fight because they got too much power. And that's what I'm trying to say. They got too much power. And that son, or that is Jupiter over there, and and well, I'm not. I'm not I'm not debating anything because what if I was on Jupiter right now? What if you teleported him? And well, I've seen something in the sky, and well, then I denounced it the next day. But it's well, I think everyone can believe that because whether believe it or not, on Earth is one thing, and if this is being beamed out into the sky, like I think it might be by some clever Italian movie. Not Signs. Signs was clever. That was a scary thing, and I don't think that's ever happened. That was a movie. That was quite the scene, and that's from the movie Signs, I believe. And so, well, it's the politicians' world, and the world leaders. They don't like the biker gang, and that's because the biker gang is not mafia, and there's no similarities at all. And people do things completely different in different organized crime areas of interest, and or however you want to look at it. I don't know, but I'm not leaving the province now because it's not. I'm living off my dad's pension, and whatever he got from Wayne is his, and he's holding on to it, and nobody needs to know. Jesus, he paid for one cell phone bill of mine, and that's that. And people are a little bit too concerned about what's going on at this property because I have a content creation issue, which is I'm like making it. If you look closely, can't even see the house there, and that light's coming from inside. What's a mobile? It's a white mobile to the north, and 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 someone's busy, and I understand. And well, I know one thing about the Roman Republic. The Roman Republic did fail, and it did, and that's a fact. But they had the Legion, and it's not the Royal Canadian Legion. The Royal Canadian Legion is all retirees, and they don't. The Legion, the Romans were known for one thing, well, more than one thing, but the column was one of their strategies, and the flanks with Greek, and there's nothing wrong with the Greeks. I don't like a certain man that comes all in town right now because he wasn't at any kind of meeting, and still owes me 2 grand straight up, and he thinks he doesn't have to pay that back to me because Tony probably said he didn't have to, or he just decided he didn't have to, and that's a dispute. And then it is a dispute because I can do with a can do attitude. I don't kick ass no more, but you still want to pay me back out of respect. For all those years I sold just reefer, 2010, 2013, just pot, a small bag, and he just never he just decided he wasn't going to pay me back $2,000 one day. It must be nice for him. And I don't collect on people. I never did once. And I never started a fight in my life, and I didn't because there was always men from BC wanting me to fight. And sometimes you just fight. And there was one man that didn't. And we were friends after one of our fights, and another one was framed up because Kyle Ramos, and he framed it up, and he had his he was beating a pipe on the ground, and he was acting like an idiot, and somebody's dad, and he was there. They had a private meeting, and they gained up on they gained up on no one because no one has, and he's not a no one. He's got influence with me, and his son and me get along well, and we get along real well, and well, me and him could do just a fine job, but it's again the price, and they're trying to price fix me before there's any money coming in there. That's all it is. And somebody, I don't work for a man named Thor. I don't. It's a secret connection. It's supposed to be secret because nobody's supposed to know about it. And Cliff here, he's seen me, and he knows a man. He knows a man, and it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It's interesting because it's a meeting that happened somewhere close by, and they weren't in uniform. They're not in uniform, and well, I've been salesing my whole career. I have been, and I don't curtail to any of them. And one man has influence with me, and I have influence with influential people, and he doesn't need to worry about him being bothered because he's 80 plus years of age, and his son's a good man, and he never put on the colors, and his son's a good man, and so and he didn't do nothing in out in New York State, and I've been mulling that over in my mind, and well, how could he? But he signaled Vancouver, and I didn't have any. I had a source that signaled Vancouver, and I wasn't anybody else in Carson because that'd be impossible. And well, there's a lot of places in Vancouver, and there's only a handful of them with Italian last name, and they don't want to admit to nothing now because there's somebody down there that wants me dead. There's nothing new about that. And they had their own closed door. See, this is a funny thing. The bikers don't want something, but it's formed for a good reason. Well, of course, and it goes without saying. And 80 plus club is 80 plus club years of age because they're 80 plus club. And well, you never know. Any day, if your man's healthy, you could live another 20. But the only reason this game is needed because Cliff, he had Chris come through here with this, and everybody remembers one of those. There's whatever that is. It's a hook, and I took one off the door the handle of the car, and I just I took it, and he was in here. He hacked my computer, and this is Chris, because Chris has the nerve to come out here and do that. Because Chris is being told to by Cliff, and that's his own yes man, and it's a secret yes man. But he did it without a doubt, and Cliff caused the beef between. And, we were just calling it beef. I was going to shut up about it, but Chris did that, and that's unacceptable. Because he's held hostage here, and not literally, but in more ways than one, because he needs to just go in and give himself up. And Cliff probably doesn't think he'll undergo interrogation. Well, then, Cliff, you go give him up. You like bossing around people, and don't you, Cliff? And I'm not mentioning another man because I don't know anything about him, and what happens in Italy is in Italy, and it's not my business. And that's the truth. And Cliff is just he's not liked, and he's pushing his weight around in the wrong places, and uh, and he's just pushed his weight around in the wrong places. And well, I asked for nobody to defend me at all, and I'm facing east, and I could look west, and I could look north. And this camera's pointing north, and is that the skylight or is that the entrance to heaven? Oh, it's the light, and this. I don't know, like oh, that's. I don't know how that reflects. That was just a reflection, but I've gotten what I wanted, but I'm not leaving the province, and it's a good thing because it makes somebody more powerful, and probably hasn't said that some advantage. I have hungry, and I feel my mouth so much. And some people have found this, some people haven't. Well, cost of milk isn't going up, but inflation has, there's an economic issue that has in the country is something that happened in cameras that was built around me to make me be framed up. Well, Clifford would have built it around me to frame me up, and all these firearms aren't because of somebody who's 80 plus years old. He never wanted to crap away in dead. And I have a source there, and they're too scared of a certain death head, and which was created in Oakland. And somebody probably does have a pen down there, you can go, and that would be good because, well, it's true. I wouldn't have him. And standing alone now, well, he's standing alone. He's in the prairies, and somebody doesn't like that. And he's in California, but he's not part of the Oakland Angels. Uh, well, that doesn't even exist. So I just wrote something that was nice and it's fiction at its finest. And I hold the my big boy voice dropped on me once, and it was the last before I was in 4-6, and I was just joking to myself because I didn't know he was listening on the phone. And that's before I knew he was listening. So, and I was trying to get Jr. whacked, and that's well, not Jimmy Russell, but Jason R. the Fish, and I would never ever think that, and that I don't know what you call that. Well, and so the first name and the middle name, and well, I'm not sure where that man was ending. I think he was a Ken, and I just went to the newspaper, but I lived on North River Drive, and I had him a heavy sleeper, and I didn't hear the shot, and my dad called me the next day, and he was concerned. And I thought maybe that person was heading over to that place, but he might have just got paid money to drive by, and maybe somebody was speeding. I don't know what happened. I don't know, but Jason, the Fish will probably know. Him and Cliff are not good, and Chris gets his power from that too, and he knows he'll be a good leader, and he knows that's the poor decision. That he's made poor decisions. So is Cliff, and Cliff's not like he's not like the law, and he was in himself, and he shouldn't have been out there that night. Maybe I don't know, whatever around the farm. Nobody, and I could go over his place, and he wouldn't mind because he has found this yet, guaranteed. And well, it's I'm going out because I feel like it. And see what I can say here. He doesn't like being pet when he's sleeping. I gotta cut his nails. I'm just thinking out loud because I'm always ready for something. And, first and foremost, I'd like to say that the Amazons just did not care about it. They didn't care. They may have threatened them, and they may have said something like, we'll kill your whole family and that's suicide. Maybe they did, but that's probably just a scam. And they weren't gonna, and if that even happened, and they may have, they may not have, but that's just a theory. And he killed himself. It was suicide. And somebody heard from somebody that it was very pleasant. It was hard for somebody to go through, but it was suicide. It was pills, and he had himself in the closet with closing it. And it's been a long time. It's been 21 years, and or 22 or 23, well, something like that. And I would have tricked myself into it because I knew right away it was suicide. And, well, I told Kazi, I told Kazi a lie, and he tried to kill me with that lie. And well, he did. Is and I told another man who only told his father. And, well, I'm away from him. I'm away from Valak. And Valak's not even real House Angel. He's not. He put it on in Poland, and and he just said he was when he got here. And Valak's the one that should be living in the province. And Clifford finds him useful. And Clifford, Clifford, get off your phone. And you better call New York, Kyle. And that's who you should be calling. And ask about the elephant in the room. If you even mention my name, then that must be power. Because he didn't pick up a phone call from New York when he was supposed to call. Somebody called me from New York. I answered the phone. Wrong number. And or his nobody was there. Well, I picked up the phone call. So, and Clifford's phone number came in there. And maybe he was supposed to pick up that phone call. And that was the night I seen a man in a black truck. That's the first time I seen him. So, I'm beloved. And I'm beloved. And an eye for an eye, Chris. Because, Chris, you're stealing from me. And you stole the pieces to my fucking window. And that's Clifford's idea. And Clifford just thinks he'll get away with anything. Clifford can do anything he wants in this fucking province, he thinks. Clifford can do anything he wants. Whatever he wants. Yeah, fucking right. You met your maker, Cliff. And you have. And I say that on my own 2 feet. And there are other men that do not like you. Do not like you at all because you've been pushing your weight around big time all over the fucking province. You think it's your province. Or somebody in California would beg to differ. Well, they're neither of their fucking provinces. And they're just organized criminals. And not all organized criminals are on the Abilify. And just because I'm on Abilify. And I've been to those places. I've been to Hillside. And I've streaked to Peterson Creek Park. I did it with a prank for my old man because he's a trucker then and he's retired now. So he doesn't know how to do that no more. And he had some tough years, and I was there for him as best as I could be. And even in the 03 to 2010, I might have only seen him a handful of times, literally, because I was putting the groundwork into what I would say is a successful. I'm not bidding to take anything over because, like I said, it's not going to ever involve with. I'm never going to be involved with asking them for money because they already pay their end to where they do. But the question is Cliff pay the right amount? And I don't know about that. I really don't. You guys would eat seed shit probably because he knows about something that came from Vancouver and they just want to talk about it. And that's their secret. And well, I'm sure he came from Vancouver. And I'm sure of it. And I'm sure of it. And he had that. And I'm sure of it. Because, well, he swears and I can't say everything because it's online. And I wouldn't kick up a bunch of stinking if it wasn't. And I think Kelsey was adopted and she just doesn't come around because she got no respect and she doesn't want to call and see how I'm doing because different family altogether. And and when I say Hayden family business, it pertains to just me. And I know I have friends and friends. I have some friends. Well, I have some friends. Summers. I'm not thinking of not thinking of them. And that's work and well, friends. Mm. Well, I have a sister and she's a sister now. And I have an adopted sister and she's adopted. And well, I don't have any friends in DC. That's a lie. I got lots of friends. And damn near everybody else we got was friends. And like bouncing made them some small bag dope. And there's other work type relationships where we haven't had a chance to be friends yet. And some probably never will. And nobody knows who that is. And those who are. And have big respect amongst people from my red brick building. And that's one that has the lights on always. It's the 7-Eleven. And well, red brick building. And Summers is the general manager of that. And when I went in there the one day, he wouldn't even give me a mobile card. And because I know my phone could be tapped, but I'm not trying to overthrow government. So why would I care about government? I mean, I don't really. I mean, I care because I care, but you know, and it's back to the same theory. I've got connections so do other people, and the 80 plus clubs got nothing to worry about unless they're trying to strong arm. And the baby boomers are trying to take over. And this is over there. And, what is Cliff want to see one in his chest? There's what about the black beret? And no, ran off the internet. He's got black eyes and out contacts, and he's not happy. And 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 well, nobody needs to make a move on me because it's not a good decision. It's just not. And I'm sure I can't say everything on here. So they're saying no. Of course they're saying no. And there's no fucking way. He's on the phone now, is he? And I guess he's talking and not listening.